What's up, guys? Me, the Golden Child. Welcome to What I'm Reading. Pretty much right now, I'm just going to be telling you guys about the books that I'm reading, how they make me feel, and my experiences with them. I'm not going to be sharing any information about what's inside the book. If you want that information or if you want to read along with me, click the link in the description, join my book club. And with that being said, let's get into it. This is Stolen Legacy. And basically, in this book, they're talking about the Egyptian origins of Western philosophy. This book is made by George G.M. James. Like I said, he's talking about the Egyptian origins of Western philosophy. Pretty much all of the philosophers that they teach you about in school, Socrates, Plato, da 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 da, they were students of the Egyptian mystery school. A lot of the Greeks were going to Egypt. Egypt back then is how America is today, how we got like a lot of foreign exchange students coming here studying. That's how Egypt was. Egypt was like the center of the world. So these Greeks was going over to Egypt, getting their education, learning the information, and then they go back to Greece, and teach their people. And of course, they teaching their people, so now they being credited with discovering all this amazing information. But in truth, they went and learned it from the ancient Egyptians. Also, it's not. I'm not saying this like on no hateful stuff because this is they history. That's just what it is. Like if my mom comes to your house and what I'm saying, teaches or learns something from you, and then she comes and teaches it to me, I'm gonna accredit her with the information. I'm gonna accredit my parent. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, she gonna credit her teacher. Yeah, I'm sure if we would have asked like Pythagoras, like where did he learn this stuff, he would have said like the Egyptians, maybe. Who knows? But yeah, a lot of the Greek scholars, Herodotus, Hippocrates, Aristotle, Thales, and Pythagoras, says it right here on the back of the book. They admitted to the influence of Egyptian studies in their work. They admitted to the influence of Egyptian studies in their work. It is what it is. It's not that big a deal. But why this book is so powerful is that it empowers black people because this is black history. Philosophy is it originated with us. So philosophy is really a lot because it's like spiritual, it's ethics, morals, and nature. More than anything, nature, the nature of everything. Um, so yeah, philosophy is really important for people to understand. And again, this is your history. The cool thing about this book is not only does it talk about like the history behind philosophy and like its Egyptian origins, but they actually talk about actual lessons in philosophy. For example, the Egyptians were fire worshippers. They might have been sun worshippers too. Really the same thing. Sun, fire, star. They were sun worshippers. And they did this because one, they understood that God is, closer than most people realize. God is the heavens. God expresses himself in the heavens through the planets and stuff like that. The sun is the ultimate life giver. Period. The sun go out, everything is over with in the whole solar system. Not just on Earth. It's over with for the solar system. The sun is the most high. One of the most high. But anyways, yeah, they was fire worshippers. And this is also because they understood that all matter, all matter is composed of the four elements. And fire was the first element. When I say the four elements, all matter. First of all matter is alive, and all matter is composed of the four elements: fire, water, air, earth. They worship the sun because they understood this. The human body. In alchemy, I talked about this in my talk on alchemy, but the body of man, when you combine all four elements and they are balanced in harmony, you get the quintessence. The symbol for the quintessence is the star. In Chinese alchemy, the quintessence is the life force. Basically, when you combine all four elements together, you get the life force. All matter is combined of four elements. All matter is alive. Period. Period. Stolen Legacy, and it's a shame because, like I said in Carter G. Woodson book, The Miseducation of the Negro, they don't teach us this information. If they would teach black people like they history, or at least tell black people like y'all played a vital role in history. You know what I'm saying? This would be like on the first step towards empowering black people to be motivated to be great. A lot of black people not motivated. A lot of black people feel helpless, like it's not possible. And this is partially because of the system. But at the same time, those who are chosen choose themselves. If you really want to get out the struggle, you got to choose you got to choose to put the work in. You have to choose. Can't nobody choose. I'm putting the information out there for y'all. I'm letting you know. If you want to read along with me, click the link in the description. We can read it together. I'm going to help you get started. But it's not always the case. Stolen Legacy. This is also one of my favorite books, honestly. And again, like, it's not that big. You can see. Took me probably like, might have taken me like 2 weeks to read this just because I was busy. I had a lot going on while I was reading it. I would read it on the train. But it's very interesting. It's very interesting. I like the fact that he actually teaches you about the actual teachings of philosophy, like what the philosophers were teaching. Like, he actually tells you. Because regardless of where the information came from, the information itself is what's most important to me. I wouldn't care if a white person made it or an alien made it. You know what I'm saying? If it's the truth, it is what it is. Most important thing to me is getting the information. This is an old book. It says it was originally published in 1954. But this version is more recent. Not sure when it was published exactly, but it has a new introduction and stuff like that. Overall, it's a really interesting book. I highly recommend that if you're interested in philosophy, history, you want to know more about black history, pick up this book. I originally picked up this book because I wanted to know more about the Egyptians and black history. I know that the Egyptians are our ancestors, and the Egyptians were way ahead of us spiritually. And if we want to get back to where we once were on a spiritual level, I think we need to understand what the Egyptians did and just copy what they did. Pretty much not copy, but put into action their teachings. The Egyptians did yoga, they meditated, but they also were very advanced. Like, they was able to build the pyramids. People can't even explain how the pyramids were built. Literally, the Egyptians did that. So no matter what you say, no matter what you think, like, they were able to do something that we can't even explain how they did it. So you can never say that they were a less sophisticated civilization. Not only that, but Egypt is in Africa. These are African people. This is information that's going to empower African people and African children, people of African descent. This information, something is going to start clicking when you're reading this. So pick this book. If you want to read along with me, click the link in the description. Join my book club. Also, if you support what I'm doing, want to help me spread positivity in the streets, bring people together, and encourage people to read more, get yourself a bookmark. Each bookmark is completely unique, has my contact information on it, and they're only $4. Click the link in the description. Hope to see all of you guys there. As always, I love y'all. Have a good one. Peace.
Books on 3G, so I do the magic so well. Now they want some more spells, riding on my coattails. Took her to my hotel, cracked it like a no shell. Knew